Mines. So they tried to put mines down. And other traps. Trespassers will be shot. Or viciously kneecapped!
Yippee-yay!
You know, I don't even know if it's supper time or breakfast time. Oh, good grief. Breakfast time. Well, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I think I'll start with... It's called a caravan lunch, but it is now caravan breakfast. I'm also thinking I probably should wash it down with some water. Stay hydrated. Have a good breakfast, stay hydrated, and don't step on bear traps. Good advice for keeping your health okay. So... Okay. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, you know I'm here, right? Yeah? I'm also going to take a wild stab in the dark and say, you're not with these guys. Which means these guys were trying to find you. Ergo, you are not the mayor's men. Right. Don't mind me. I'm. Okay. So, hi. Ooh.
Hold up there, stranger. State your business or get shot.
Okay, that... Yes, I'm a courier and driver. I'm a hunter. I was killing the rad scorpion. Yes! This is technically true. I often hunt, and I was killing rad scorpions. Yes.
Son of a bitch, we need those. Before we continue, I'm going to need your word that you won't tell anyone about this place.
You need
Do I have your word?
Okay. For defense purposes. You want me to not tell anyone about this place? See, ordinarily I just refuse. You know. But something's going on here, isn't it? And if I say no, of course you're probably going to shoot me. You're not with the mayor. You're obviously not with the NCR. And the fact that the mayor's men were looking for you and you shot them... Okay, let's go with... Yes, I will not tell anybody about this place. Right.
All right, then. I'll trust your good intentions. Name's Jeremiah. It's nice to meet you. You can walk around, but don't start shit. I'm going to level with you. We're hiding out in these caves because Stanton kicked us off our lands, and we raided some caravans.
Okay. Not what I expected. Okay, why haven't you killed the rad scorpions? They're basically a defense, right?
Because we don't need to. We go to the ground outside the door with turpentine. They hate that crap. So, we can either use our limited ammo fighting them, or save it for fighting Stanton whenever he comes knocking again. The choice is pretty easy.
Okay. So, first of all, who the hell are you?
Born and raised in the hub state. I was a sickly child. Asthma. So my mom moved me and my sister to the frontier for outdoor living to toughen me up. My pa stayed behind in the hub, but eventually moved to the boneyard to chase union jobs. I adopted the ranching lifestyle in full, and the doctor said my lungs fixed themselves. After that, I figured it was my calling, so I kept ranching.
Honestly, I've noticed a tendency for people in Baker, when asked, who are you? for them to give me their life story like we're getting drunk at a bar. And that's fine, it's just a little unusual. It's refreshing in a way. Where's your wife?
She took work as a caravaner on the short loop, so I won't see her for the next year or so. Assuming, of course, I survive this. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my son. Well, he's my pride and joy. He's got the spirit at the very least. He'll turn out great.
I'm sorry, your wife is working with caravans and you're attacking caravans. I do hope your son takes after your wife in a number of ways.
We went from having a functional bed with a mattress to having to sleep on the floor of a damp cave. We lost everything. Nakayama had a shit ton of guns, so we armed up. We were gonna hit some of Stanton's boys, but we screwed up and hit a Fargo caravan.
Oh.
This isn't a hub metro. We'll be hanged for that, even if it was a mistake. The NCR isn't going to offer us clemency, so we're going down fighting. Well, I say that, but there weren't troopers guarding the cargo before. They are now, so we've been staying low.
Okay, so you basically made a mistake and attacked the wrong... Oh, good grief. Okay, well, I've got some other questions.
That's them.
I've got a stupid one. I've got a stupid one. What do you think of Stanton?
In a just world, he would be drawn and quartered. We don't live in one of those, though. He's a respected businessman, political figure. Even if it means my execution, I would kill Stanton the moment I saw him.
What about the NCR?
Honestly, I don't know what the hell to think. I pay taxes to the government so this shit doesn't happen, and now it's happened. But on the other hand, I don't think the government knows about this, so maybe they're not to blame. If the government knew about it, would they help us? Have they helped us before we hit the caravan? Will they help now that we have? It's a lot to think about. The only thing I know is I hate Stanton.
Yeah, got that. Tell me about the raid on your ranch.
There was a man, called himself Mac. He and a bunch of those goons walked up to our ranch. They told us to leave peacefully or by force. We chose force. I sent Seth over to Beals for safety, and we shot at the intruders. Killed a couple of them, but strange thing is, they didn't shoot back. They just threw some gas bombs in the home and set it on fire. We bolted to Beals' place, but they hit that too. We regrouped with Nakayama in his cave. He's used it as storage for his guns before.
Who's Mac?
He's Stanton's top gun. He's followed around by some guy named Morton. Don't know much about the other fella, but Mac was pretty ruthless.
Morton? Morton works for Stanton? Interesting. Okay. Is there any way we can resolve this situation?
All right, let's talk.
Okay. Are you planning on attacking any more caravans, first of all?
Right now, we're hoping to have enough supplies to wait things out.
Okay.
Things are going to blow up soon, and we can hope that Stanton and that new mayor kill each other.
You need to turn yourselves in. Let's hold off on that right now. What if I can get Royez to agree to a raid on Stanton's compound? I'm not completely sure that that's... What if I gave you a substantial amount of caps to leave the area? How much would it cost?
Caps, huh? If Stanton had made that deal instead of sending mercs at us, we might have taken it. If the deal is good enough, then we'll take it. But I'll have to talk it over with the family first.
Okay. Okay, so... It's a possibility. What if I can get Royez to agree to a raid on Stanton? Not sure that's a good... Could you just give me a second? I've got some other questions.
That's them.
I'm wondering whether I should... Okay, you said I can wander around.
Keep it on the down low.
I wonder if I could talk to Royez. So, I can come in, right? I can walk around. But not take things, I assume. Hi. I'm... Beal. Hi.
To be frank, I'm not happy with you being here at all. Still, if Jeremiah says you're okay, then we're okay. My name is Beal.
Well, I do hope we can be friends anyway. My name's George. Tell me about Stanton.
He's a Brahmin baron. Well, not a real one. He went into finance before he started building ranches in the hub. His dad was a Brahmin baron, though, a real one. I guess it doesn't matter much. They're all part of the same ruling class. He must be struggling since he was fine with leaving us alone until his legal troubles began. The rulers will always prioritize wealth over agreements.
Okay, I don't really need to know much
Too bad,
else.
comrade.
Comrade. Right. So... Wait,
So, Dad let you
I
in.
was gonna say.
Nice to meet you. My name's Seth.
Okay. Does it bother you killing people? You're still pretty young.
Dunno. I volunteered for it a couple times. Dad don't want me to come, 'cause it's dangerous. But I want to be with them if they go. Couldn't say no to that. I'm sorry. Didn't actually answer the question. I just don't know. All I know is that I'll do what it takes to keep Dad alive.
That figures. So you actually got to go on
Yeah.
the raids?
Mom taught me how to shoot, and Dad taught me how to hide. I wanted revenge just as much as they did. So I went out with them. I wonder if this is what the raiders are like. Just trying to get by. If so, I guess the NCR only demonizes them in the textbooks because they don't like it when they stick it to the man.
No, trust me, I've met a fair few raiders. They're not like you guys. But you were a rancher like your dad, yeah?
Kind of. I went to school in Baker because Mom wanted me to get a proper education so I could get into one of those community colleges back west. I'm only in school for half a day, though. Dad and Aunt Jenna give me lectures while we're working. I do homework afterwards. I'm a pretty good student before you ask. Mostly B's and some A's.
Okay. Tell me about your parents, then.
Well, you've met Dad. He's great. My mom's a caravaneer, which means she walks around a lot. Kinda like you, I guess. She's away for most of the year, but she always spends a lot of time with me whenever she's here. I asked Dad if they're divorced, but he says no.
Alright, tell me about the other ranchers.
The only ones I talk to are Beale and Nakayama. Beale and Nakayama are really weird because they like to discuss politics. They told me they don't agree on anything, but that they're best friends anyways.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna just keep... Hey!
Hey there,
Who are you?
Jenna McDougal. I'm Jeremiah's sister. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Not much to tell, really. I've been a rancher since I was a kid. Ma's over there. Pa's in the boneyard. I'm a pretty good shot. Better than my brother. So
Okay.
I guarded the ranch from rat scorpions and geckos. That's about it.
Okay, and I already know why you're attacking the caravans. What do you think of the current situation?
It's fucked. I mean, there's no other way to
Good
describe it,
summation.
right?
No,
Can't
good
go home,
summation.
can't raid, can't surrender, can't stop, can't go on. We have the supplies for now, but they'll run out soon. And when they do, we'll have to go raiding again. I don't know what'll happen then.
Yeah, I think we can both imagine. Why would I want to suggest a raid on Stanton? I mean, obviously they'd want vengeance, but...
By yourself.
I'm not really completely sure... Okay. Where was this Nakayama? Was he around here? Oh, I got myself lost. Hello? Right. Mr. Nakayama by any chance?
Hey there, name's Tommy Nakayama. It's nice to meet you.
So, what do you do here?
I'm the guns and ammo man. I've been collecting guns and the ammo for nearly 2 decades at this point. Got myself quite an arsenal.
Okay, does the ammo last that long? You like guns then?
Yeah, I was a quartermaster in the army for 2 years. Didn't like it much. Wasn't really a fan of kicking the locals off their land, so I didn't re-enlist. Didn't get any of the benefits, but whatever. The government wasn't gonna give them to me anyways. But I did like
Why
the
not?
guns, so I took a bunch of the broken weapons with me. I wasn't gonna throw them away.
Okay, and you were a rancher, right?
Yeah, I lived with Beale. Met him at a gun show in Santa Clara. We both liked guns, he was trying to make a new ranch. I offered to be a guard, and the rest is history.
Tell me about the people who kicked you out.
If you're asking who signed the order, it was Stanton. I'm sure of that. The actual guy who kicked us off is Morton.
Okay, tell me about Morton.
Yeah, I know Morton. Met him at a gun runners expo once. Goddamn psychopath. If he wasn't there leading the charge against us, I would have shot back and messed those mercs up something special. But you have to pick your battles. You should never want a fair fight.
Well, that's where we diverge paths, I'm afraid. Tell me about Stanton.
Don't know much about him, honestly. I mean, all the elites are the same, right?
All right, I might have some other
Sure.
questions, but in actual fact, I already know why you're attacking them.
Keep
So,
sticking it to the man, brother.
yeah. All right. Does this lead out to? Is this where I? This is not where I came. Ah. I'm wondering if there was another. I mean, I just got. There was another. I've not checked that location. Do I need to? Deal with the raiders hitting caravans. Who raids? Discuss your options with Royez. Yes! I definitely don't feel like killing them. Bribing's an option. I'm definitely thinking I want to speak to Royez and see what he thinks. I mean, if Stanton's driving them off their ranches, that would be illegal, but it would also seem that his man is currently the mayor, which adds another wrinkle to this already scrunched up. Wait. Is that a... Is that another cave? I think that might be another cave. And... oh yeah! Love me a fair fight. Mind you, you could argue. Not really fair. But I'm hardly about to grow a stinger out of my bottom, am I? So, let's say this is about as fair as it could possibly be. Okay. Another cave. Geckos. You know what? I feel before I start wandering around. Okay, I've got a cave. Oh, right. I wanna. Yes, right there. I also. Thought you could sneak up on me, did you? You'll have to wake up pretty early in the morning to get the better of me. And it is pretty early in the morning, isn't it? All right, let's just... okay. Yep. This was the last location. I'm gonna go and chat with the Colonel before I go exploring. Just on the off chance that... okay, we got geckos. Am I even heading in the right direction? Actually, yes. Yes, I am. Wait. Okay. And this... I feel like that leads to the same place. It's just on the other side of this embankment. Okay, seriously, Are you not... Hello? Are we not... Do I need to take out a pocket watch, play some music? Too slow! Excellent, excellent gunfighting pose, though. Very impressed. What about you? I've just realised that whilst that kind of pose, arms hitched up a little bit, is the classic gunslinger pose, perhaps geckos don't consider it so. Maybe he was like showing me his armpits as if to say, hey, would you like to sniff them and be friends? The answer would have probably been the exact same. Ah. This is probably Mummy. Maybe I'll find an expert on geckos one day who can tell me more about them. If there's one in Baker, they'll probably literally tell me everything they've ever learned about geckos. Oh, no, I've been here. Dead snake. Remember that. Now, technically, I did promise that I would not talk about that place. And usually I prefer to honour my promises. I'm not against lying a little, but when you give a man your word, it feels like you should honour it. But I didn't promise not to talk about the people. No, I didn't. And I feel like there is a possible resolution here. Yep, I'm kind of getting used to that. All right, so...
Hello again.
Hi. I want to talk about those raiders.
Have you located them?
Yes. Well, I've got news about them.
Good. What's the report?
Okay, I found and identified them, and they are actually willing to open negotiations.
What type of negotiations?
Okay.
A bribe, I assume.
Well, maybe. Oh, well, that was one option.
California typically doesn't negotiate with terrorists, especially when I don't even know what raiders we're dealing with.
All right, look. The raiders are just ranchers that Stanton displaced. He destroyed their homes.
So the rumors are true then? That's low, even for Stanton. I understand why they did what they did then. But when they started hitting caravans, they became criminals. Still, if they were willing to talk, did you come to any terms?
Okay, would you consider a pardon?
A pardon? No. I could waive the damages, but they'd be under military incarceration for the foreseeable future.
Well, they were open to leaving the area for a large sum of cash.
That would be acceptable, but it isn't ideal for anyone. No one gets punished, not them or Stanton. We'd need their testimonies to move against him. I'm not in the habit of bribing my problems away, but if you happen to have a 5-figure amount of caps lying around, you're welcome to try.
I don't. I have other options.
Ask them.
Well, if you're going to go after Stanton and I can get them... Okay.
Goodbye then.
I'm going to go chat with them again. I'm going to... See how quickly I've gotten used to those? I forgot they were there doing their thing.
Day in paradise.
It was definitely around here somewhere. There's an awful lot of dead scorpions lying around. Here, right, yes. I knew I wasn't lost. Okay, just erase the tumbleweed. Okay. Okay. Is there a quick way in and out of here? I feel like the... Right, it's... now it's no longer barricaded. Excellent. Brilliant. All right, okay, so how about this? Come here.
Oh, hello again.
Hi. About resolving this situation.
All right, let's talk.
I don't have 5-figure amounts of money. Have you decided on whether to accept caps to leave?
We couldn't leave for anything else than 8,000 caps.
8,000?
But if you can provide that, then we've all agreed to leave.
I don't really have enough money.
Not my problem.
Could you just...
Remember?
Just sorry. I'm sorry for shushing you. I'm sorry for shushing you. I need to speak to your sister, maybe. Come on. I didn't want to talk about this earlier because... Well,
Hey there.
Okay, look. If I can get Royez to agree to a raid on Stanton's compound...
Uh-huh. I'm not holding my breath for that. Your colonel seems like a real pioneer scout.
He is a bit.
Tell you what, we're not planning on raiding anything right now. There's probably a more opportune time to get him to agree, so keep this in your back pocket. Wait for a good time to bring it up with him, okay?
Okay. Okay. Who? Pig, bring it up with your brother? Or... Okay, tell me about Stanton.
Well, he stole our goddamn home, for starters. Sent his thugs to take our land. Honestly, if his little casa wasn't so heavily guarded, I would just kill him and surrender. He and his gunmen are the one we have beef with. Other than that, I know he has legal troubles. A lot of them. Can't tell you much else about him. Of course, I know his name. He probably doesn't know mine.
All right, okay, thank you.
By yourself.
Bye-bye, yes, right. Oh, hi.
Hey there, son.
Who are you?
My name is Cheryl, but the people here call me Grandma McDougal. I'll only give you one guess why that might be.
I'm sure I can figure it out. Are you okay with your son raiding caravans?
After the attack, there was no talking to anyone here. We were all so angry. So we hit back. I'm not happy, but I can't blame him either.
No. Okay, well, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Damn it. What about you?
What do you want?
To try to resolve this without you all getting absolutely murdered. Never mind. What about Nakayama?
Tommy, he's a good friend. He's got the spirit, but he's misguided. He thinks you could just take away the government and that suddenly everything's better. But the Brahmin Barons that run the show are still there. They've got the money and the thugs and the land and the control. So you didn't change anything. The solution is making our own power. Make something powerful enough to crack the Barons and hand over the land to everyone else. Otherwise, you're just playing the same old war.
You are correct. You can't get rid of
Too bad,
the
comrade.
government. Well, you can get rid of a government, but it will be replaced with another government almost instantaneously. It's the very nature of existence. Where there's more than one person, someone will be in charge and they will govern. That's just how it is. The question is, who governs and on whose behalf? Look, seriously.
Hello again.
I want to resolve this situation.
All right,
There's
let's
got to be.
talk.
I want to talk about the raid. I don't suppose you guys would turn yourselves in.
The hell we will. The criminals are Stanton and his goddamn mercs. They're the ones raiding us. Why aren't you making them turn themselves in? I mean, you're asking us to go to prison and then return to no homes. No person would ever make that decision.
No, okay, I'm trust me, you don't have the firepower to stand against NCR. Jail is preferable to be here. Oh. Look, it isn't worth it, to be honest. Jail's at least 3 hot meals and a cot, right? And you'll do a little time and then you'll be out. I really wish I could... Yeah? It's just not worth it, mate. You're gonna get your son killed.
Well, that's true. Even prison would be an improvement to our current situation. Tell you what, get us an assurance from the colonel that we'll be well treated, and we'll surrender.
Okay, right, okay, that'll do. That'll do. Right, okay.
Remember, keep it on the down low.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's better than nothing, isn't it? Right, yes. And this should be a little closer. I say that. Although I'm not. Ah, no, I know where I am. I just don't know if there's a quick... If I go over there, I will bypass the camp completely and come out of the construction site. So let's not do that. I'm back! Sue!
Hello again.
Hi. I want to talk about the ranchers.
Very well.
They might be open to turning themselves in to the NCR.
That's good. I was sympathetic to them, but they do need to show good faith. I'll sweeten the pot by waiving the damages raiders would normally have to pay when raiding caravans.
Okay. Well, that's good then. That is good.
Ask them.
Are we... Just give me a sec.
Goodbye then.
Thought I just... Maybe I got the wrong end of the... Again. Convince the ranchers to surrender. Return to the ranchers once they've made a decision. Oh, he said he needed to talk to everyone. Yep, nope. Okay. And... I'm going back. Well, oh, don't break your legs. Okay. Hi, have you guys talked about it yet?
Oh, hello again.
Have you...
All right, let's talk.
Okay, I have Royez's term of surrender here. They're generous.
Surrender? Well, my family and I would be willing to surrender, but you're gonna have two big holdouts.
Oh, God.
Beale and Nakayama both hate the government, so you're gonna need to sweet talk them.
Okay. Why do they need convincing?
Our ranches are still standing, but theirs was burned to the ground. They even shot Beale's dog.
Oh.
Both of them hate the government and want to burn it to the ground. This is the second time this has happened to Beale, too. They're as thick as thieves, though. Convince one, and you'll convince the other.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Hi.
I heard what you've been talking about with the McDougalls.
Yep.
Surrender? Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Absolutely refuse to surrender when the NCR and their barons still oppress the masses.
Got a feeling Stanton's not gonna be... Oh. No one knew who Cook was until he got sent to prison. Love him or hate him, follow in his wake. Huh?
You want me to get arrested so I can lead a prison riot?
Oh.
Not a bad idea, actually.
No.
Tons of people screwed over by the NCR in jails. And I'm sure Tommy would love some new gun contacts. I'll talk it over with you. You could tell the McDougalls we're in.
Oh, no. What I meant was you get a political movement going and then you talk to... Right, no. Yeah, that was a bad example. That was a... You know what, though? That is the NCR's problem, I guess, really, isn't it? I mean, really, that is just... Okay.
Oh, hello again.
I've convinced them.
All right, let's talk.
Okay, I've convinced Beale, and apparently Nakayama as well, to surrender to the NCR.
I didn't think you could convince them, but I'm glad they see that the deal's a good one. Tell your colonel that we'll come peacefully.
Yeah, no. Should've... Yeah. I just... Like I said, though, I mean, realistically, that is a problem for the warden of the prison. And if he's smart, he will allow them... Oh, okay, you know what? I should worry about myself right now. Okay, let's do it. Could you... Come on. And... I will take that little sizzle as aggression. always like them to make the first move, sort of. Just, you know. Feels... Well, it feels like that's how it should be. It's poetic. It's epic. It's the sort of thing you read in a comic book. Which is probably very silly, and I don't care. I'm quite comfortable being a little silly. Slightly less comfortable with being lost and or falling off the edge of a cliff. I need to get some energy drinks. Okay. So.
Hello again.
Okay, yeah. The ranchers.
Very well.
I've convinced them all to surrender. 2 of them, you might just want to be nice to, but keep your eyes on them.
Excellent. The sooner we start solving this problem through the courts instead of with bullets, the better.
Right. You just want to reiterate that to them as well. Okay. So, out of curiosity, do you actually have any more work for me, or are we done?
You've done good work for us so far. And based on your handling of the last situation, this should be up your alley. The Baker Sheriff's Office is currently disorganized. I've been largely unable to reach Sheriff Nolan Crow, and have always been transferred to his deputy. I want you to investigate the situation, and then return here once things are resolved.
Well, they kind of have been.
Good. Resolve whatever situation is happening there, and then return to me.
How resolved does it need to actually be? Working on my people skills has definitely paid dividends. And you know what? A little more repair won't hurt. Of course, now... Yeah... Explosives. A tiny bit better at explosives. And then... Terrifying presence. In some conversations, you gain the ability to initiate combat while terrifying a mob of opponents, sending them fleeing away for safety. Yes, indeed. I can think of a few situations where that would have been most amusing. And I appreciate that really isn't
so hot out.
the best way to look at situations like that. Extreme danger and violence are not really there for our entertainment. Having said that, I'd be lying if I didn't admit, occasionally, they are exactly that.
Yippee-yay!